Hi guys, Danica Ferrante here from BeautyScraps.com. I have some very exciting news to share with you guys today. For those of you new to my channel, welcome. I'm a Stampin' demonstrator. I post lots of videos here on YouTube, but I also do in-person classes and workshops. And I like to have one class a month that's totally focused on one product. So we use one stamp set like this one, Thoughtful Banners, and this punch that you can buy together. You can bundle these products together. When you purchase them at the same time, you save 10% off each one. And this is the Banner Duet Punch. This is one of my favorite bundles from the new Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. So I do a class focused on a different stamp set or a different bundle every month, and it's really, really fun. We always have lots of fun getting together and seeing all the different ways that we can use just one product. So I was thinking, how fun would it be if all of you guys out there in YouTube world were able to come to my class too? So I decided to start a stamp club. So I'm calling it BeautyScraps Stamp Club. I made a separate video that goes over all the details on it, but in a nutshell, every month, we're going to focus on a different stamp set, excuse me, on a different stamp set or a different bundle, and we're going to make at least 3 different cards together. So this club is not going to have any commitment. You don't have to join for a certain amount of months. When you like the stamp set, you can just jump in and join. I'm going to make a video on the first of every month showing you how to make all of the cards in that kit for the month. So it's going to work out kind of like a stamp club, kind of like a product share, because you don't have to buy a whole pack of paper to make a few cards. So basically, I'm going to make this video on the first of every month, sharing the projects that we're going to make. And then you have until the 15th of the month to decide if you want to get the kit. So if you want to get the kit, all you have to do, I'll leave a link down below to contact me. You'll just want to send me an email through the contact me form saying that you want in on that month's kit club, and let me know your PayPal address so I can send you an invoice. So this month, for July, we're focusing on the Thoughtful Banners stamp set and the Thoughtful Banners Duet Punch. So you're going to get these items together in your kit. You're going to get 1 pack to create 1 card, 1 pack to create another card, and 1 pack to create a 3rd card. So you'll have all of the materials pre-cut and ready for you to stamp and assemble. So the only things that you're going to need at home are going to be adhesive and an ink pad. And I designed all the cards this month using just 1 ink pad. So if you already have Night of Navy, you'll be all set and you'll be able to make all of these cards just as I've created them. If you don't have Night of Navy, when you contact me letting me know that you want the kit, just let me know that you also want to add on Night of Navy, and I'll add that into your invoice. So I wanted to show you the catalog real quick. So it's over on page 73 is where we have the Thoughtful Banners stamp set and bundle with that great duet punch. I'm obsessed with that punch. So you can see all the stamps that are included. It's a photopolymer stamp set. And down here you can see a couple project ideas made with that stamp set. Now this was one of my favorite bundles in the new catalog, but one of my favorite papers, guys. Oh my goodness, the Affectionately Yours Designer Series paper. This is on page 45 of the catalog. I loved this paper pack at all the patterns. So I wanted to use that for our BeautyScraps July card kit as well. So let me just show you some of the patterns that you get. Most of them are double-sided, but since this is a designer paper pack, we do have some specialty papers in here as well. I think they're all the way in the back. Can you see the copper foiling on that paper? I love this one. And this one, there you can really see the foiling. This is a crumb cake paper with the copper foil pattern of flowers. It's so pretty. So that's kind of how this stamp club will work as a paper share of sorts as well, because in your kits, you're going to be getting the designer series paper along with the cardstock and the coordinating envelopes. So you get to try out some of the papers too and see which ones you really like. If you love this Affectionately Yours as much as I do, you'll probably want to order your own, but this is a great way to get to try it out. So on the 1st of the month, I'm going to be posting a video sharing all of the projects. We're going to make them together, and that way when your kit comes in the mail, you can check out this video again and make the cards right along with me. So it will be like being able to come to one of my stamp classes. I thought that would be really fun. So let's start off with this guy. So like I said, all the materials you need are right in there. So you've got the envelope. We'll get that out of the way so we don't get it inky. You've got the card base, and this is in crumb cake. And then here you have a couple layers. So you've got your Night of Navy layer and your patterned layer. So for this card, the only adhesives we're using are some snail adhesive and Stampin' Dimensionals. So we can start by putting our layers together. Just with a little bit of snail. It's so hard to use to decide which side of the pattern papers to use when you love them all so much. This is really a great paper stack. All right, and then this next layer, this little bit of Night of Navy, is going to go right along the bottom there. I can use my grid here to kind of line it up, make sure it's straight. It's going to be about an inch up from the bottom of the card. And now the stamping. So inside that card pack, you also get a little piece of scrap crumb cake to stamp on. So I already have my stamps mounted. We're going to use one of the banners. And remember, all 3 of these cards use the Night of Navy ink pad, which I think is really great. So if you're just getting into crafting, you really don't have to buy a lot of stuff to make really cute cards. And one of the things I love the most about this stamp set, Thoughtful Banners, is all of the amazing words. And actually, I think amazing, yeah, amaze is even one of the words. There's so many different sentiments you can choose. For this simple card, I wanted to use Celebrate because I think that's a great one to use. Oops, sorry. That's a great one to use for a birthday, you can use it for a wedding, you can use it for a shower, you can use it for a graduation, a new job, like anything you want to celebrate. I always love to have a little stash of celebrate cards on hand. So then the punch, you just want to open it up and you can line up that banner right in the window. Punch it right out. And then the banner, we're just going to use a couple Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere it. So like I said, everything you need to create these cards is going to come in your kit. The only thing you will need at home are your adhesives and your ink pad, and you'll need a clear block as well to be able to mount your stamps on. So if there's any of those things that you need, you can let me know when you order the kit and I can add them onto your order and send you a revised invoice. I think that's why it's going to be so great to have these videos on the first. You see all the cards we're making, all the products you get in the kit, and you know everything you're going to need, so you can choose anything that you need to add on ahead of time. Can we just talk about how cute that is for a second though? How quick and easy was that? And it's adorable. I say it's all thanks to that amazing patterned paper. I love it. Crumb Cake and Night of Navy is so pretty. So there we go. We already have our first card done. Now our second card, everything we need is right in here. Again, we have our crumb cake envelope. We have our crumb cake card base, but this time we're going to be creating a top folding card. We have our scrap piece of crumb cake to stamp on. And then we have 2 strips of Night of Navy, a wider one and a thinner one. And we have our designer series paper, which is double-sided. We're going to be using the multicolored side. So I do like to use my grid to line this up. You want your pattern paper to be adhered first, and that's going to come in about 1 inch from the right-hand side. So we're just going to use some snail to lay that down. And come in about 1 inch from the right. And it doesn't have to be totally exact, whoops, and it doesn't have to be totally straight, because we're actually going to be hiding the sides of it. That's good. And then we're going to take our strips of Night of Navy, and we're going to go a little crazy with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to do 3 right down the side of that skinny Night of Navy piece. And I'm probably going to do 6 on this wider one. 5 or 6. You might get away with 1 in the middle. I just always like to use extra. I'm a little excessive with adhesive because you want your card to arrive in the mail to the person you're sending it to, not getting all squished. So I say the more Stampin' Dimensionals, the better. You get so many in a pack, really. There's no need to be crazy frugal with them. Then this piece, we're just going to stick down, leaving a very tiny edge of that crumb cake showing. It's probably about a 1/4 inch, a little less than a 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the left-hand side of the card with the wider piece of Night of Navy. So just leave a little strip of that crumb cake showing. All right, now we can do our stamping. So you've got this little scrap piece of crumb cake in your card kit. But you, as you saw from the last one, this is the one we used on the first card, you still have plenty of room left over. So I'm just going to keep going on that first scrap piece. But that way, if you mess up when you're stamping, which I know I do all the time, you still have more cardstock to keep going with to give it a second try. So for this one, why don't we use the other banner? So we used this one with the little stripy sides for our first card, and this is the same shape, but it has it's totally open. It doesn't have a pattern on it at all. So again, we're just going to use Night of Navy. And since we have so many different sentiments to choose from, let's switch out Celebrate and go with Happy Birthday. So the other great thing about these photopolymer stamps, I don't know if you can see, but you can bend them a little bit. So you can curve them to match the curve of your banner, which is only curved slightly, so you don't want to curve it too much. So there's Birthday. That one turned out a little blobby. Let's go one more. So there's Birthday. And there's Happy. Let's go back to the first one and finish that off. Usually they end up drying a little better than how they look initially. I might even like the first one better. But then we just want to punch it out with our punch. Sorry, I had to pause you there for a second. I had to get my copper thread out. So you will get a length of this copper thread in your card kit as well. My son loves to play with these spools, and I could not figure out for the life of me where he put it. So sorry for the pause, but you'll get a length of this brand new copper thread in your kit as well. And here is where the fun of this card comes in. So you just want to flip over your banner that you just stamped, and we're going to use these Stampin' Up! Mini glue dots. And you just want to put one on the very end of the back, And one more on the other end. There you can see why every paper has two sides. So you want to take your length of thread. So you won't get the whole spool in your kit, but you'll get a good length so that you can make a little thread nest to go behind your banner. So I like to, I don't know if you can see this little thread. I know it's so tiny. But you want to pinch the end between your two fingers, and I wrap it around 3 fingers. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 times. And then I'll just cut off the end, but you can use your whole length that comes in the kit. And then I put the gathered side that has both ends, and I stick that down on one glue dot, and then I pull the nest to the other side and stick that side down on the other glue dot. And there you can see you kind of get that messy look, but in a easy, controlled way. I'm not good at the messy randomness. I have to do it with some level of control. So that's the way I like to do it. And then we're gonna do 2 more glue dots, covering up each end on the back there. So this card, the adhesive that you'll need at home, we used the snail adhesive, we used Stampin' Dimensionals, and then the Stampin' mini glue dots are your last adhesive you'll need for this card. So then I just position it kind of near the bottom over the opening. And then once you have it stuck down with the glue dots, you can fuss around with the copper thread and make it look even more messy. I just take 2 fingers and pull it in either direction. And then it's not a perfect circle anymore. It looks a little more random and messy. So there you can see how that turned out. Super cute, right? And easy. I just love this thoughtful banner set. And then this is a fun little top folding card. Now we still have 1 card to go in the kit. And this one has the most pieces. We saved the more complicated one for last. But they really are all so easy to make. Especially when everything's pre-cut and designed for you guys. This is so fun. So let's take a look at all the pieces we have in here. So again, you've got your coordinating crumb cake envelope. You've got your scrap piece of crumb cake to stamp on. And for this one, we are using a Night of Navy card base. So I also included a piece of crumb cake to adhere to the inside of the card so that it's nice and easy for you to write on. So let's start off with that step. So I'm just going to use my snail adhesive to attach the inside of the card. And that you can center up so that there's a little border of that Night of Navy around all the sides. And then let's look at the designer series paper that's included in the kit. So you actually get 2 pieces of the same designer series paper. You get 1 wider strip and 1 narrow strip. So what we're going to do for this card is use both sides of the same piece of paper. So you want to take your narrow strip first, and that one we're going to adhere onto the card on the left hand side close to the edge. but leaving a little bit of the Night of Navy showing. And then this piece, we're gonna adhere right next to it. So for this one, I'm gonna use my snail too. So here you can see how I loved both sides of the paper so much I couldn't decide which one to use, so we're using both. And it's just so great how they all coordinate so nicely together. So I'm going to use my grid again to line that up, and you're leaving about 1/4 inch of the Night of Navy showing on the left hand side, but you don't have to be too precise about that. And then this piece, we want the flower and multicolored flower print facing up. So we're going to put our adhesive down on this side. And then you're just going to, you can butt it up right against that, or you can overlap them if you want. I like them being right next to each other. There we go. So we've got our designer series paper down and the inside's all set. Now comes my favorite part, and that's the flowers. So these flowers, you get 3 flowers and 4 flower centers. Oops, sorry, 5 flower centers. And you get 3 little pearls as well, because I just love finishing off my flowers with one of our Stampin' Up! Pearls. So these flowers are all cut out from the Botanical Builders framelit set, which is one of my absolute favorite framelit sets. So before you put these together, you want to kind of organize what centers are going with what flowers, so you don't end up with one that doesn't quite match. Like, you don't want to use your yellow. This is a Daffodil Delight. You don't want to use your yellow flower center on your yellow flower. So we're going to use the little white one on the Daffodil Delight flower. And then the Mint Macaron is our largest flower. So we're going to use the big white center and one of the little yellow centers. And then for our small Watermelon Wonder flower, we're going to use 2 of the Daffodil Delight centers. And for doing this, I really like to use the Tombow Mono Multi Liquid Glue, because it gives you a little bit of slide time, a little bit of wiggle room when you're adhering them. So you just want to use a tiny dot. It always takes me a minute to get the glue going. There you go. So we're just going to adhere that flower center down there. And for the top flower center, I like to ruffle up the edges a little bit. So I kind of make it into like a little cup. And then just put a little dot of glue on the back. And I usually will use my scissors or my Stampin' piercer to help me position it, because I want to have those little inside petals to be a little offset from the other flower center I put underneath it. So I'll just put that one aside to dry. And we'll also fluff up our white flower center a little. Oops, pop that one down. So that glue gives you a little bit of slide time to get them positioned exactly how you want them. So we'll fluff up this flower center. And get that right in there. And then we want to put our pearls on in the center. So again, I like to use my paper piercer or my scissors to get these little guys exactly where I want them, but I love these because they are self-adhesive. And they'll just stick right down. So we'll put them on the side and let them dry for a second while we make our banner. So we have our scrap piece of crumb cake again in this, from this kit. And we haven't used this banner yet, so let's give this one a chance. But remember, when you get this card kit, you're going to have the stamp set, so you're going to choose if you like one banner more than the others. You can use that same banner on every card, or you can mix it up like I'm doing with these today. And then we've got so many sentiments. How about let's make this one a thank you card. There we go. And then since we used the banner that was another shape, we have to we can't put that in the top banner, but you can slide that down to the second banner and line it up and give it a punch. And you can use this top banner on another card. But we've got our thank you all ready to go. And then before I whip out the glue, I like to kind of place everything where I want it to go. So that's about right. So our blue flower, or our mint macaron flower, is going to be kind of centered right on that strip of patterned paper there. Again, you've got a little slide time. You're using the glue, which is nice. Then our watermelon wonder flower. Going to hang off the edge a little bit. And finally, our daffodil delight flower is going to hang off the edge just a little bit under that, because we're going to then take our Stampin' Dimensionals, whoops, that's glue dots, Stampin' Dimensionals for the back of this banner. And pop that right on there. So there we have our third finished card. look at them all together. So we've got a thank you card. And we've got our happy birthday card. And then we've got our celebrate card. So this is a really cute coordinating card set. You can obviously keep these yourself to send out to your friends, or you can put these together and give them as a little gift to somebody. You've got the clear sleeves. All of your contents to make the cards today will come in these clear sleeves. So that'll be a perfect way to just package them together for a nice little gift. I really hope you guys are as excited about the BeautyScraps Stamp Club as I am, and I hope you will consider ordering the kit this month. I think it's so fun. You make some beautiful cards, and you get to try out a lot of fun new products from the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. There's the Affectionately Yours Designer Series paper. There's the new copper thread. Obviously, the stamp set, thoughtful banners, and the banner duet punch that you'll get with your kit. So let's take a look at that here. There we go. The stamp set and the punch. All the stuff to make these 3 cards. And remember, if you want to add on any adhesives to your kit, or you want to add on the Night of Navy ink pad to your kit, just let me know and I'll send you a revised invoice adding those items on. But for the kit, the card kits to make these 3 cards, all the paper products you need to make these 3 cards, and embellishments, the stamp set, and the banner duet punch. The cost of that whole kit is going to be $47, which is such a great value because it varies a little bit depending on what the tax in your area is. But for my area, if I were to just order the Thoughtful Banners bundle, remember you're saving 10%, so the bundle is $35, but once you add tax and shipping, that's like $45 and change in my area. So to get this whole card kit with the stamp set and the banner duet punch for $47 is such a great value. All the designs and cutting are done for you. You just get the fun of crafting, and you get to try out a variety of new papers and embellishments. So I think it's a really fun idea, and every month I'm going to focus on a different stamp set or bundle. But this one, oof, I don't even know how I'm going to top it. I love this one so much. So remember, you have until the 15th of the month to contact me and let me know you want to order so I can send you that PayPal invoice. And then I'm going to order all the products and package up all the kits and get them all shipped out to you by the end of the month. So this is our card kit for July's BeautyScraps Stamp Club, and I hope you think about joining me. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and definitely contact me to make sure you get one of these kits. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed making these cards with me, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.